Hi, Susan. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. Thank you so much for asking. Life has been very busy, but also very exciting. So I'm trying to savor every moment. Yes.
You are now in Singapore, no?
Yes, I'm currently in Singapore. Yes.
Okay. And you just released your latest single, and currently it's your second single, right, in this year?
Yes, for this year.
Well, can you tell me about the collaboration?
I can't hear you at the moment. The sound is a bit soft suddenly.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes, can.
Yes. Okay. Can you tell me about collaboration process between you and both of your producers for this track, None of Your Business?
Right. Sure, yes. Okay, so basically, how this whole project, this collaboration started is because I took part in this music competition hosted by my school back in my tertiary education. So the winning prize for that competition was the chance to have one of my tracks produced by Rydam. And I'm very happy to say that I managed to win the contest. So this was the song that I chose to work with him on. And then he brought Claire on to, I guess co-produced the song as well, because they are at the same studio together. This is at Zendel Studios in Singapore. So they really helped to bring the song to life, and they mainly refined the ideas that I had for this song, and they were very good at staying true to my initial intentions for it, which I really appreciate, because I wanted to make this song like very catchy and full of energy, something that makes you want to move when you listen to it. So I think they managed to achieve that very well. We also took a lot of inspiration from Latin music, which I think comes through especially in like the guitars and the percussion in the song. So yeah, I think it really gives the song its groove, and I'm very grateful to them for
And then there's none of your business. And what message did you want to convey to your fans for this track?
Well, basically, I wrote this song inspired by parasocial relationships. Specifically, I started writing it back in 2021 when Harry Styles and Olivia Wilde started dating. Then everybody had something to say about it. Yeah, and I was a big fan of Harry Styles at the time, so I was like, okay, I was consuming a lot of content about it. Then I saw how some fans were like, actually, guys, it's not our business, like whether they're dating or not. Like we should just mind our business. So I think that kind of inspired like the chorus, and the song just flowed from there. So I also wanted to make it more relatable in general. So I threw in the concept of like being too afraid to make a move and then losing your chance with somebody. So ultimately, the message I wanted to convey is that life is short. So you should tell people how you feel, and that it's also important to know when to let go. Yeah.
Oh, so it's safe to say that Harry Styles is your musical inspiration for this song?
I suppose in terms of the content, yes, but the sound not so much. I think like for the musical inspiration sound wise, I didn't have a specific artist in mind, but looking back on it now, I can hear like inspiration taken from Camila Cabello, for example. Yeah, so yeah.
Okay. And I've listened to your song, and it's very, very groovy and enjoyable.
Thank you so much. And thank you.
How would you describe your style of music, by the way?
I think I like to explore with sounds, but the main thing that I try to keep consistent with my music is I like to create music that tells a story, whether it's a high energy one or like a more mellow, like sadder story, because as a songwriter, I focus very much on the lyrics and the melodies of my music. So like with that in mind, my style of music is very driven by emotion and experiences that I think people should be able to relate to. So I try to have a little something for everyone. Yeah.
Okay. Is there any like difficulties on producing this track?
Yeah, because we actually worked on this quite a while ago. Like we started working on it in 2021, which is when COVID was still quite prevalent. Yeah, a lot more than it is now. So the timeline for this song got quite dragged out because of like the restrictions and stuff. Like we had to start and stop work a few times. But other than that, it was a very smooth and enjoyable, fulfilling process. Yeah.
Okay. So can you tell me what's your first experience with music? I mean, what makes you want to be a singer? What makes you want to be a songwriter?
Right. I mean, basically, I can't really like pinpoint my first experience or anything, but I grew up listening to a lot of music very often because my mom used to always have stuff playing on the radio. So she was a big fan of Nora Jones and Adele and also Frank Sinatra. So I listened to a lot of those stuff growing up. And I think growing up, I always had like lyrical and melodical ideas bouncing around in my head. And then when I was 11, I finished writing like a full song for the first time, and I just fell in love with the process of that, like the craft of putting feelings and an experience into a song. So I fell in love with it. I haven't stopped since, and I've always known that it's something that I wanted to pursue lah. So I'm very happy that I'm here today doing that.
Okay. So if you've been given opportunity to collaborate with other artists in the future, who is in your bucket list?
I think I would say it would be very cool to collaborate with Nikki.
Wow.
Yeah, Nikki. I really like her work. I feel like I relate to her very much in terms of how she makes her music and her intention behind it. And I would also love to work with Yuna because she's a big inspiration for me. So yeah, those two are on my bucket list.
Okay, can you tell me who is the people that are working with you in your album?
I haven't. I'm working on putting out an album sometime next year. So
Okay.
right now, because I'm working on singles at the moment and and putting together a collective EP for like my most recent few songs. So I think the people working with me are mainly. So I worked with Rydam and Claire. I'm also working with some other close friends of mine who have been producing my music. So there's Domi and Genesis Kiefer. So these guys have been like producing my past few songs, and I'm very grateful to them for how it's turned out. They also play with me at my live shows and stuff. And yeah, and for promo and marketing, I'm working with my team at Cross Ratio Entertainment. So that's been very fun. Yeah.
That's cool. And what's been your biggest career highlight so far?
I think one of my biggest highlights at the moment is like whenever I hear a song of mine on the radio, it blows my mind because it's something I could only have dreamed of, growing up, and now that I actually get to experience that, it's crazy to me. So yeah.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! This is my
Yeah, it's me. It's me. Oh my god. It's crazy.
Okay,
Yeah, just the other day I was in the car with my friend and we were talking and then suddenly I suddenly made a face. She's like, what? And I'm like, Build the Home is on the radio. So like my song was suddenly playing on the radio. So it was a very, very cool thing to experience. Yeah.
And then what's the message to your fans or your friends who have been supporting you?
I think I would want to say thank you for giving meaning to my music because, I feel like that, like when people can relate to your music and apply it to their own lives, I think that's what gives it the most meaning. And I really am very grateful that, that there are people out there listening to my songs. I hope they know that they are making my dreams literally come true. Yeah. So I'm very grateful and I hope to continue making music for them for many more years to come. Yeah.
I think your passion for music is really, really awesome. And what do you think is the most important aspect of being a musician, especially?
I feel like at this point, I mean, I've been doing this not too long, but what I would say is authenticity. I think it's very important to stay true to yourself as an artist because I think it's what draws people in a lot of the time, like when you can tell that somebody is being themselves, I think that's a big pull factor. And I also think that when an artist is authentic and true to themselves, I think it is what will help them to get through difficult times because it is a fickle industry. There's going to be a lot of, ups and downs and stuff. I think when you can say that you're being yourself and sticking to that, it makes it a lot easier. Yeah.
And what is your next plan for the future that we need to anticipate with?
Well, I'm working on a showcase, my first proper showcase coming soon. So that's sometime in September. The tickets will be announced, the show will be announced soon and tickets will be going on sale soon. So that's pretty cool. It's my first ticketed show. So that's the biggest show. Oh, that would be lovely. I would love to play in Indonesia. I would love to play out of Singapore someday, So that's definitely something we're working towards. I think my main aim now is working on expanding regionally. So this is very special to me because it's my first radio interview outside of Singapore. I mean, in Indonesia. So that's really cool. Yeah. And lots of music planned as well.
You can
promote
your news. You can promote your new single and album to our listeners as well.
Okay, thank you, sir. Yes, please go and check out my new song, None of My Business. It's a very groovy and catchy one. I really hope you like it. And it's out now on all streaming platforms. Yeah.
It's also out now on ELFARA FM. Okay, thank you, Shazza, for your time for this interview.
Thank you so much for having me.
Wanted to see you in Indonesia, doing some showcase in Indonesia. And don't forget, I want to see your album.
Okay, yes. It'll be coming soon. I promise.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Yes.
Have a nice day.
Thank you so much. You
Thank you so
too.
much.
Thank you.